What's up, everybody? I'm John Hoover. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Another week, lockdown and pandemic, another big week for the Oklahoma Sooners. Also, I may or may not have gotten into a fist fight with my beard trimmer, and it may or may not have kicked my butt. Anyway, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think, or consider subscribing. For small channels like mine, makes a big difference. Trust me. Follow me on Twitter at John E. Hoover, on Facebook at John E. Hoover Media. Okay, first up, there's still no actual sports going on, but there is lots going on at our new Sports Illustrated affiliate, SI Sooners, allsooners.com. Remember, SI Sooners is free. You guys want recruiting? We got recruiting. Big story on Monday, Oklahoma's latest verbal commitment, Danny Stutsman, a linebacker from Florida. If you haven't seen this kid's highlight reel, we got it posted over at SI Sooners. Listen. Kid's a flat-out playmaker, always around the ball, always causing havoc on defense, always making plays on offense. Like I said, he's a linebacker in college, but his commitment was interesting. He's the first guy to verbally commit to OU during the pandemic who didn't even come to campus. He committed to OU after a virtual campus tour. Think about that, and a virtual pitch. Danny Stutzman made not only just a 4-year decision, as they say, but a 40-year decision to go to school and continue his football career at a place he's never actually been. That's where we're at. Now, to be clear, I'm not criticizing him or OU or anything. I'm just saying, wow, this is where we're at. We've reached a stage in this coronavirus thing where people are actually saying, you know what, screw it. I'm going to make a decision here. I'm moving on with my life. It's a little bit alarming, but I think at the same time, it's also kind of refreshing. So nicely done, Danny. Anyway, he got the offer, and apparently he committed like 10 minutes later, literally. That's that fast. So if you really want to know what's going on with the number one quarterback in the 2021 class, look no further than SI Sooners. Caleb Williams writes a story, a journal every week for Sports Illustrated. 11 a.m. Central, posts every Monday. We've got it at allsooners.com. You know, I wrote a column asking if having 2 5-star quarterbacks was too much of a good thing, a good problem to have. I mean, it could be. First of all, we don't know how things are going to play out. Spencer Rattler still does have to win the job from Tanner Mordecai. We're assuming that he's going to do that. I think he will, personally. Let's say he does. Let's say he beats out Mordecai, starts in 2020, if we have a 2020 season, and then he's the starter in 2021, which would be Caleb Williams' true freshman year. You think Caleb would probably redshirt that year, right? Well, in 2022, Spencer would be eligible for the draft. Lincoln Riley's got a pretty decent track record of sending guys to the NFL draft. Took Baker Mayfield from walk-on to the number 1 overall pick. Got Kyler Murray to give back almost $5 million in baseball money to be the number 1 overall pick. And he turned Jalen Hurts into a second-round pick. So, yeah, you think the next guy, Spencer Rattler in this case, might have an NFL future. I do. In terms of arm talent now, I'm talking strictly arm strength, velocity. I think he's got more to work with than those other guys does. But does that automatically mean Spencer Rattler's going to be turning pro after just 2 years as OU starting quarterback? He could have that opportunity, there's no question, but it's not a lock. If he does come back for his junior year, which is 2022, now you've got a 5-star quarterback, Caleb Williams, sitting on the bench for 2 years. Is he going to be okay with that? I mean, Kyler was when he got his 5th year, but, he came to OU and said so. He came to OU to do it for 2 years, not 1 year. So what if Rattler comes back then his senior year, 2023? At this stage, I think we all know that Oklahoma is going to be the home for Caleb Williams. He announced his final 3 on Monday, Maryland, LSU, and Oklahoma. Nobody thinks Maryland realistically has a shot here. I don't. It's kind of his hometown school. He's from D.C., so he's doing him a solid. Cool. But then that news came out Monday that Garrett Nussmeier verbally committed to LSU. They got a 4-star quarterback out of this deal. So what does that tell you? It tells me that Lincoln Riley's eyeball emojis, they still belong to none other than Caleb Williams. At this point, I think that's a foregone conclusion. I think we all agree. And to make those eyes even more googly, 4-star receiver Mario Williams is in the mix as well. Caleb has been recruiting a bunch of other kids to come to wherever he chooses, and he's going to choose OU. We've seen OU baseball coach Skip Johnson. We've seen OU receivers coach Cale Gundy on Twitter talking about Two-Sport U. Well, Mario plays baseball. You know what? And if you want more recruiting, my deputy editor, Parker Thune, kid's been all over it. Just this past week, he's interviewed and written stories about a handful of OU offers, including Jacoby Johnson, a freshman, a high school freshman, Darren Barkins, Kevin Gilliam, Prince Colley, more. There's lots more. There's tons more at sisooners.com. If you want to be the first to know who these guys are before they come to OU or before they make their decision to not come to OU, sisooners.com. I wrote about last week about freshmen who enrolled early in 2020 and wanted to get their career started, only to have everything shut down by the stupid coronavirus. They got a few workouts in. They went to a class for a couple of months, and then, you know what? They got one day of spring practice in, and then it was all over. Sorry, kids. You tried to get a jump on things, but ain't happening. And that's really too bad. I also posted a story just today on Vernon Turner, the kid who set the national high school high jump record back in 2017 and went to OU. He was headed to the Olympics this summer, I'm pretty sure. And you know what? I'm still confident that he's going to go to Tokyo next summer. But here's a guy whose sport requires almost daily repetition, time after time after time, perfecting your steps, perfecting your plant foot, your technique, getting over the bar. You got to clear the bar, and then when you're done, you need like a 3-foot pad, a big cushion to land on. Vernon can't do any of that. It's not like he can go down to the local track or some park or get some time in on the high jump, work on his starts. It's a shame, because if this is a kid that's this talented and he works this hard on his craft, it's a shame that he can't chase his dream and go to the Olympics. Anyway, I talked to Vernon and his high school coach. If you want to learn more about how a world-class athlete literally is coping with this shutdown, sisooners.com. We also launched our new weekly feature last week on the Sooners 2020 football schedule. We got it going with week 1, Missouri State, an FCS team in Springfield, Missouri that's being coached by, Bobby Petrino. Bobby Petrino? Yeah. So this week's story is on week 2 opponent, Tennessee. The Vols go into their 3rd season under Jeremy Pruitt. That's going to drop Wednesday morning at allsooners.com. And of course, next week, we're going to preview the Army game. That will be fun. One more thing, we have a new contributor at SI Sooners, Caroline Estes. You can call her Caroline Grace. She's a new writer, very talented on camera and off. Her first story was on Cedric Jones, I love this, who was in the Gary Gibbs, Howard Schnellenberger era, and he set OU's all-time record for career quarterback sacks, and a lot more. She did a great job on that. She's going to have more features for us in the coming months. Can't wait. That's it for today. If you like this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment down below, or share it on social media, and be sure and tag me. Follow me on Twitter at John E. Hoover, or on Facebook at John E. Hoover Media. Remember, SI Sooners is free. Don't forget to check out our community section. It's just like a message board. Get on there and let me know what you think. Allsooners.com, SI Sooners. Thanks for watching. See you guys.